Before I start the video, Josh, aka KingCobra JFS, was unfortunately found passed away 6 days ago as of recording, and it was confirmed by his father, Clint. In response, a few YouTubers like Kiwi Tapes have privated all their videos about Cobra, and surprisingly, compared to most or as every other locale, people are mourning Cobra. Like married people are sobbing for him. And I never really got into the Cobra sphere, so I just assumed he was just another lolcow. But apparently, I was wrong. Josh has no PDF allegations and no predatory shit around him, and that pretty much makes him like Saint fucking Peter and like a Diddy's Eyes Wide Shut party. And all I can really say is I hope Josh rests easy with Ozzy Osbourne, and I give my condolences to his father, Clint, as losing a kid is truly one of the worst things imaginable. And I'll start the video with this. If you know anything about Chance, you know damn well how much he grifts, whether it be the self-harm, self-exiting, or mental health, or how much of a Viking or an army brat he is. Even though he's a 34-year-old neat in his grandmommy's attic, he grifts a lot of shit. And Cyraxx has this sick habit of grifting off dead people. Could be online like Brother Chew, Cobra JFS, Ozzy Osbourne, Ken Block, or it could be literal local murder victims in his town, like his quote-unquote best friend, Zak Hussein. If you don't know who Zak Hussein is, he was an Akron resident who worked at a family-ran pizza shop who was unfortunately killed in a robbery gone wrong on December 7, 2015. And after this unfortunate news, the snitch of Akron finds numerous ways to make himself known. He created a Facebook group where he'd make cards with Zach's face just shittily plastered on it on a game he probably stole Sally's credit card for. The group's name was called Z and C, which stands for Zach and Chance. This is supposed to be a fucking memorial for your best friend. Why do you need to have like your name and face attached to it? And another way that Cyraxx would use Zak Hussein's death is claim that the Drift King title was passed down to him from Zach. Yep, Zach was like the Drift King of Akron, and his final days passed it down to Chase. Now, obviously, Zach was not even Chance's friend. Like, at most, they'd walk down the halls of Akron High. 22-year-old goblin looking for blind kids to take advantage of ends up walking past Zach for 5 seconds, and those 5 seconds were long enough to inflict the goblin curse and doom him. Before I show the clips of Zach's brother talking about how little Chance knew about Zach, I'll show you the clips of Chance talking about Zach.
As many of you guys know by now, on December 7th of 2015, I lost someone who was very near and dear to me. I lost one of my best friends in the world, Zak Hussein, due to him being shot and killed by somebody that had robbed their store. It was his family's pizza shop, and I never really got the chance to do anything for him. Because all these years it's just been go, 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 go with the music, just one right after the other. And I figured what better way to honor him than to do an entire show for him to show how much, not only he meant to me and to his family, but to remember his legacy and just how much he inspired those around him.
I want to keep in mind, while he's saying this shit about how much he misses him, their relationship, quote unquote, was passing each other in the hallways in high school. He had no idea who the fuck this guy was. Just imagine dying in like a horrible way, and some random bald inbred guy pretends like to be your best friend post-mortem, starts talking to your little brother in DMs, and starts begging him to like buy his merch from his like merch store.
And how missed he truly is. Before I start this first song, though, I do want to give a huge shout out to the Akron PD and Zach's family, who actually was also enough to send me over the full trial of Shaquille Anderson, which I posted. Huge shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Hussein. I fucking love you guys. You know I love you guys. Shout out to Omar. You know I love you, bro. But huge shout out to them. So what's up, Mr. and Mrs. Hussein? I fucking love you guys. Yes, I'll be there soon. I do plan on coming to visit you guys 100%. So that is gonna happen. I fucking love you guys. But yeah, I figured what better way to honor one of my best friends that to finally put on a show that I've been wanting to do for so many years that I never had the chance to do. I will be doing some memorial shirts with one of his quotes on it that he used to say all the time. That I am going to be doing that and whatnot because I never really got the chance to do that, so I am going to do that. But yeah, let's get this started.
To quickly butt in, please give the video a like and comment just anything negative about the Attic Goblin. It really helps out with the video. Now you could play Goblin's advocate and say, sure, the Chase is using a murder victim to sell merch, knowing damn well he doesn't have permission from the family to do so and just running with it. The Goblin proceeds to mention Zak's case again, wonders why the FBI would go across state lines to capture the murderer of Zak and bring it back to Ohio, but not Music Biz Marty and the internet trolls.
I find it very funny that you guys are willing to track down my best friend Zak's murderer, the man that killed my best friend. You guys are willing to track that person down across state lines and haul him back here to Ohio. But yet, you guys aren't willing to get an internal investigation going on YouTube and these people that do what they do. Pretty fishy if you ask me. Pretty strange if you ask me.
When the Goblin eventually freezes to death during the homeless arc, someone needs to quickly get his body and examine his brain because he's acquiring fucking homicide that people on the internet reporting his YouTube channels, making fun of him for riding a stylish cowgirl, making fun of her texting your turn cutie after sending his peen to what he thought was a 14-year-old girl online. And also, shouldn't Zak's life be more important than your, 60th YouTube channel of the year called DJ Shadow Rape? Here we suck off the blind in the darkness. This is just, how fucking little he cares about people. To him, it's fishy that the FBI tracked down a literal murderer, but won't investigate Marty for making fun of him for having dick infections.
Job in years.
Oh no, you have one. You have one every year, according to him. He's there every year. Every year he's there.
Oh no. We haven't had that in years.
Disgusting.
I think
is it before or after the other stuff? Sorry.
It's one of the first things I sent you before the screenshots. It says it's a private link compilation. Here, let me see if I can tag you again.
Spuds McGee, yes, I am Zak's brother.
What was that like being 10 years old and getting messages like that from a stranger? That must have been jarring.
Honestly, I never was truly concerned because it was nothing creepy. I'll give him that.
Okay.
So we just had normal little talks, but it was not long. But he always kind of rubbed me off in kind of like a weird way just by the way he spoke.
Right.
But I kind of stopped talking to him.
I'm sorry. One of the first things he sent you was, hey, call the cops. And you were like, I mean, like I said, we have the screenshots and I'll send them to Kate again. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll resend them to you, Kate. Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, because the initial contact is very bizarre.
It's so bizarre.
How old would Chance have been? This was what, 8 years ago? So
this was about 2017. I don't know how old Chance is. Right
so
now.
he would have been like 20, 24, 25 years old.
Yeah.
Way too old.
Talking to a 10-year-old, that is bizarre. I'm glad that he didn't creep on you. One time I pretended to be a 14-year-old girl and he creeped on the fictitious 14-year-old girl immediately. But yes. So I have this. So this is some of the stuff that he said throughout the years. That obviously
other stuff too.
I think we already knew that it wasn't true. Everyone's great. Yeah.
Sorry for the long clips, but seriously imagine your older brother dies in such a brutal way, and when you're 9 to 10 years old, some regarded man's DMing you on Facebook claiming to be your dead older brother's best friend, and begging you to buy his $5 polyester hoodies that he made in his grandma's attic. And later on, you see him tell these stories about how your other brother called him and told him that Zak died in the hospital. And you might have missed it because it's the first 2 seconds of it. But Cyraxx is claiming, or they're discussing Cyraxx claiming that Zak's family every year would go to the pizza shop to mourn. And he'd be there too. He'd always be there. And apparently Cyraxx was never there. And they haven't even done that in years. Chase is obsessively stalking a guy to use for pity and to sympathy bait people to buy his bed bug infested merch.
All right.
So like, let me start over from the very beginning, so you'll actually understand everything. So back in 2016, back in February, obviously my older brother had just died of cancer that same year. Later that year in December, my best friend Zach was shot and killed in his family's pizza shop, and I ain't seen him since high school. And we were actually that morning, we were talking, hanging out, because we were like, yo, like, we need to hang out. We ain't seen each other since high school. Like, wouldn't be a good day to meet up, hang out, and catch up. And later that night, he, went to work, whatever. He was like, yo, like, I'll call you later. I gotta get to work. I was like, all right, cool. And I'm sitting there just chilling, hanging out with some of my friends online and shit. We're all sitting there just gaming out, having fun. I'm sitting there chilling. And all of a sudden, I get a freaking text from his brother on my phone to call him. I'm like, all right, maybe, they ran out of gas or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know what to think. So
what was Chance going to do if they ran out of gas? I'm sorry, I had to say it. I'm sorry.
Because I figured, like, maybe he had called to say, like, hey, yo, like, what time do you want to meet up or something? I didn't know. So I called his brother, like, hey, what's good, man? Like, how you been? And, like, I could tell by the tone of his voice someone was up. I was like, all right, dude, here's what the fuck's going on, man. And that's when he had told me that some dude who they didn't know who it was. Like, they had no idea. But somebody came into the shop and shot him in the chest after Zach had handed over the money without a fight. He got to the hospital, and, like, 3 hours later, he had died. And it took the people about 2.5 years to actually find the guy who did it, because the person that broke into the shop was, like, literally wearing, like, all black, like, or anything. Like, it was all black.
That happens a lot. That's what people.
So that phone call never happened, right?
No. Oh no. So the night that happened, actually, it's a little bit off topic, but I recall waking up feeling this sharp pain right in my chest, and it was probably the worst agonizing pain in my life. And then it was like maybe 11 p.m. I fell right back asleep, and I woke up 4 a.m. My entire family's at my house, and I've talked to my brother about about Zach beforehand. The first person he called was my mom. My brother Amar, he never really talked to Chance. Like I said, we do not really associate with him whatsoever. So, like I said, he's just not a part of the family, never considered him close or anything like that. And, I've reached out to some of Zach's old friends from high school, and they have no idea who Chance is.
Right. So, like, definitely not in the friend group from high school either.
He's not in a friend group. He just really wasn't really part of that at all.
Yeah, I don't even think Chance went to the same high school, from what we have gathered.
No, they did not. We never went to North.
Yeah.
Neither of us. We used to live in, like, deep Akron itself. We moved out back in 2009. And so Zach only would have been about 15 years old at the time when we moved out, starting fresh in high school, maybe around his sophomore year, or even actually halfway through his freshman year. But even then, he was never really close, and he was not close to the family whatsoever.
Yeah, I think that's what disgusted most of us, is the fact that he obviously saw this on the news, or he was at the pizza shop once or twice, and just grief glommed onto this story and made it his own. He just constantly does it, and it's disgusting.
Oh yeah, no, it is disgusting, but also, like, I'm just to clarify, I'm not mad at Chance. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because I know that he has a lot of mental problems and he interprets it differently. I just don't like how he's been milking it for years and years and years.
Right.
If he were to, like, on an anniversary or say on what would be my brother's birthday, that's one thing. But just out of nowhere, just talking about it, it's not a subject you're supposed to bring up because for the most part it's irrelevant.
No, and then making up lies about the rest of your family and things.
We get to see Zach's younger brother confirmed that they even go to the same high school together, so it's completely wrong about that. But, the Goblin's talking about how close he is with Zach's mom, that at the drop of a dime, he could call her whenever he wants. And just imagine some fucked up reality where the Goblin got his shit-covered fingernails on Zach's mom's phone number. Oh my god, again? Who the fuck could that be? Who's calling me at 3 a.m.? Again? Who the fuck could possibly be calling me so late in the goddamn night? Hello?
I've been being bullied online for the last 7 years. I need help shutting down William Gloryhole. And if you don't know who William Gloryhole is, he's the one that's been harassing me and my family since Music Biz Marty, aka Nicholas Beagler, had died. He has been the one harassing my family relentlessly. You see, about a month ago, well, going on 2 months as of today, I left the troll world behind. I began to ignore them. I went ghost. I didn't post anything, I didn't do anything until I felt that it was safe. And after about a month and a half of them not posting anything, I decided to pick back up a few of my hobbies. Such as working out the kiddie all day. That's all I'm doing.
What the fuck are you on about? Who's William Glory Hole? Wait a minute. What the fuck did you say you were doing in your grandmother's basement? What the?
No, hold up. No, I'm about to say something to your ass.
Chance, can I ask what they did? Hold on, Chance, can I ask what they did? Chance, can I ask what William did? Shut your mouth and let me fucking finish, I just want to ask what they did. What did the trolls do to April? Hold on, I want to know. Shut your mouth, you fucking bitch! The trolls. What did the trolls do to your goddamn mouth? I just want to know, Chance, please. I just want to know what did the trolls do to April? The fuck up. I just want to know. I just want to know what the trolls. What did William do? Mouth, you fucking what did bitch. William do?
What the fuck? After that bit, another thing I'd like to go over, or maybe the last thing I'd like to go over in the Zak Hussein Cyraxx grift, is a time that Marty accused Cyraxx of killing Zak during the YouTube manager Miss Kelly arc. And if memory serves me correctly, the snitch of Akron calls his mommy to try and defend him live on panel. I don't want to go over the entire stream because it's 54 minutes long. Saturated Content does a good video on it, but I'm only going to show, the Zak Hussein accused of murder part. I urge you to watch these full streams because I really can't do it justice with what the fuck goes on in these.
You guys actually go back, and I'm sure you guys probably could. I don't know if you guys would be able to, but if you guys could, if you guys are able to go back and look at all his previous channels that have been reported, there is actual video evidence on those channels of him actually making calls to my house, pretending to be me, pretending to be family members of mine, to not only people on Craigslist, to male strippers, to all kinds of people that we don't know who they are.
Yeah, and this was not at your behest. You didn't request male strippers at any
No, I did not.
No. Chance does have a track record of gay antics, to be fair.
No, I do not, Marty. Now stop.
Blind Billy Chance?
Marty, that's outside of YouTube, man. That is far outside. No, that is far outside of YouTube. I'm talking about shit that you've done on YouTube to me for the last years. Not outside of YouTube, man. You have sat there and you have called male strippers while on this platform, while on a live stream. You have called people to come scrap in my house at all hours of the night. Called police on me for literally welfare checks for no freaking reason.
But that's outside of YouTube. You molesting my blind 8th best friend and it's saying he raped me doesn't count. But, anything Marty does suddenly counts. All right, Scabby. And you might not be able to hear it because it's in the last seconds of the clip. But when Marty tries to bring up the stepdad times stepson porn that was found on the search history, the goblin whimpers out a desperate, but that's outside of YouTube. And if the goblin's going to talk about content, he can't act as if there isn't clips of him swinging a hammer around the bed bug-ridden attic and threatening to go up to people's doorsteps and kill them. Or pulling a shitty Bolt Action 2022 on live stream, or 22, I'm sorry, and threatening to kill Marty or any troll who steps foot in Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, and then Marty calls Chance's mom and calls her a cunt bag.
Yeah, which he
That
has.
was off YouTube. That was off YouTube.
No, it was not. There's been a couple of times where you've done it in the past. The only reason why those videos aren't around anymore.
I think she is a cunt bag.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Yeah, I think that she is a cunt bag. How about that? But she raised him. She raised him and a rapist and a fruitcake.
Wow.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
See, Mr. Kelly,
He's pushed me to this point.
This is exactly what we were hoping, Miss Kelly. This is exactly what we were hoping you would see.
Well, he started this. I only have so much patience.
No, I simply came up to confront you about the things that you've done to me over the last 7 years, dude.
I'm just stating my opinion,
the chicken
Chance.
or the egg, Marty. The chicken or the egg, boy.
Okay. Well, so yeah,
Like
that's
I said, Marty, I simply came up here to confront you about all the.
I love seeing Marty at the beginning say, "Oh, well, you pushed me to this point," because that's the excuse Scabby over here uses to whip his scab-infested dick out on live stream. "You pushed me to this point, Marty," and starts screaming the N-word and jacking off. He's done this shit so many times that there's an entire complication somewhere of just the times the gob would flash on Marty's stream.
The messed up stuff that you've done.
I have some evidence. I have some evidence of Chance.
Marty, they have the evidence, dude. They've seen it all.
I've got one thing that I think that will turn the apple cart in my favor.
And that's what you.
I would be very interested.
So this is a man who was accused, I think falsely, of committing a murder in Akron at the New York style pizza shop.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, Nick. I didn't fucking. Or so what you're saying is that I murdered my best friend, right?
Yes, maybe. I mean, I'm letting people draw their own conclusions.
All right, Marty. Let me ask you this: if I murdered him, then why is the guy that actually killed him still sitting in prison on 12 to 15 years?
You want to get dangerous, Marty?
Wow.
We can get dangerous,
Wow.
What does that look like?
Wow, that is
because the next bullet, I guarantee you, Marty, and this is for you too, Schmeckle.
I rest my case.
The next
I
bullet
rest my case with this PLS.
in your head, bitch.
You see what I mean? This is what this man is doing.
One of these men has shoulders.
Hey, CIA, do you not agree that this man right here that you just witnessed doing this, do you not agree that he's full of crap?
I don't get how the Goblin can seriously think a YouTube representative would sit down and take this shit seriously. And the cherry on top is the background noise being the time that Chance got the Bolt Action 22 out. And it's just somehow, he gets his paws on the most unintimidating gun fucking ever. And started threatening to put bullets into trolls' heads. And I heard it somewhere, or heard this theory somewhere, just take it with a heavy grain of salt, that the gun belonged to Gordon. And apparently Gordon came to 339 sometime, grain of salt again, and he came back to collect that gun, and that's why we haven't seen it since. Because you know damn well if the Goblin sold access to that gun, he'd be waving that shit around fucking daily.
Look at the two men. I mean, one guy's black, one guy has shoulders, the other guy.
Marty, the man that killed my best friend is sitting on 12 to 15 years in prison right now.
They're wrongfully convicted all the time.
Matter of fact, Marty.
Ms. Marty, could you email me that video? I would be very interested in having a copy of
There's
that.
no need to. Let's go. Listen, there's no need to. If you type in Zak Hussein, Akron pizza shop murders, the man that actually killed him is sitting on 15 to 20 years in prison right now. You can actually check the police records. The man is sitting in prison right now. This is the kind of stuff that this man does. He does this stuff to make me look like shit so that no one will believe me. And he does this stuff when he knows he's getting caught. He does this stuff when he knows that he's getting in serious trouble. He's done this how many times now? CIA, every time he's, like, how many times in the last month has he done this when we called him on his crap and corrected him?
I mean, Chance, wouldn't you agree that you bear a much stronger resemblance to the shooter than Shaquille Anderson?
No, because the dude was black.
Let's take a look at it again.
The dude was black, man.
Well, so yeah, he was the convicted guy was black. Let's take another look.
Hey, nice video, dude.
So hang on.
Someone just asked for a monkey video in chat. I was just
So
complying.
is that guy black? Is that guy black?
Yeah, we all know that you edited that, dude.
No, it's off the news.
That is not me, dude.
I can send you.
Matter of fact, if that's me, Nick, then why don't you pull up the
That does look
record?
like a lighter skin tone.
But that's the thing, though. It's not me. Matter of fact, Miss Kelly, I can tell you how they did it. They photoshopped that shit.
I can send you
I
a direct
know
news
that's
link.
photoshopped because the man that is sitting in prison right now is the man that killed him. Now, knock.
He's too regarded to comprehend that the clip isn't photoshopped because it's from the news and CCTV footage, but it's so strange how he's just so immediately defensive about this clip. But looking back on it, Dead Gay Bill died around Cyraxx. Heather too died quick after staying to Goblin Bro. And Tony died of heart failure after being in contact with the Goblin as well. And Marty unfortunately passed too. But you always see the Goblin bring up dead best friends or that were music superstars or in the music industry. And it truly makes me wonder if the Goblin curse is working overtime or he's just the next Dexter villain. He murders all that are close to him to try and get pity off of. He's like a poor, inbred, regarded version of Leon Prater. Dexter, in the next season, Dexter's to camp out in an Airbnb at, Akron, Ohio, for weeks at a time until Cyraxx starts confronting him with a baseball bat. Get over here, bitch! And we just see Dexter drop Cyraxx with one punch on the sidewalk. Then we cut to the Goblin on the table. Where am I? Security Jake, is that you? Then he sees Dexter and starts screaming for Ed and Sally and summons an army of bedbugs to scamper out of his cod shirt to do a valiant last stand against Dexter so they continue to feed off their host.
Your shit off, Nick. You know damn well I didn't do it. You know damn well you photoshopped that shit. Now shut the hell up and sit down. Matter of fact, Nick, why don't you call up Zak's family and get him on panel? Why don't you ask them yourself since you know how to get a hold of them? Ask them. They'll tell you that the man that did it is sitting in prison right now. Go ahead.
They want the privacy of your second.
Go ahead.
Call him up. You're the best friend.
Come on, man. Call him up, dude. You know damn well that the man that murdered him is sitting in prison right now. That's why you're scared.
Ugh, you can't report my merch shop for all my fans. Chance, you're constantly shit on by anyone that's not Punching Bag Sally. You couldn't even finesse Zak's 10-year-old brother to buying your shitty polyester merch. For all my fans, Marty, for 7 years you've been bullying. Bitch. Bully. He's demanding Marty to call up Zak's family and saying, oh, if you can contact them, try to call his bluff. Chance, you're the one acting as if Zak was your best friend. Even after it's exposed, you two didn't even go to the same high school together. And even after trying to, convince his 10-year-old brother years after his death to buy your merch.
That's why you're doing this, because you're getting caught. And you do this every time, man. And I'm tired of it. You need to back the hell off. And you and your two friends need to leave me alone. It don't matter whether I'm making a merch shop for my fans. It don't matter whether I'm getting videos on here. It don't matter what I'm doing. The three of you idiots need to leave me the hell alone. And you need to leave my family alone. And you need to leave my friends alone.
There's people in chat that are saying the eyes were a dead giveaway. That's because it was photoshopped.
Well, I can send you a link to I can pull up the news station.
Guess what? I have the original fucking news video.
Pull it up, Chance. Pull it up.
Oh my god, dude.
I would be interested in seeing the original.
Okay. I'm glad I did. Give me just 1 sec here to
you got it.
Here. Hang on.
So, do you think that I control News 5 Cleveland? Clearly not, right?
Is that a question directed towards me, or?
Matter of fact, here's the
It's CCTV. It's News 5 Cleveland. We need to get the Goblin to do an IQ test. And speaking of group framing or Photoshop, he's claimed to have been gang stalked by the trolls multiple times, which Chance is definitely not helping the case of the gang stalked community. But does he think Marty just has power over the local news stations? Imagine being an Akron resident, turning on the TV, and seeing Marty and Cyraxx on panel, and seeing Cyraxx start swinging a wooden katana in the attic, threatening to kill Marty. For 7 goddamn years,
Video of this man being convicted right here.
So you'll see News 5
Hang on.
100,000 subscribers.
Let me share my screen. Marty, let me share my screen, dude.
First. I'm saying he's wrong. So look, News 5 Cleveland chance, 300,000 subscribers. Clearly,
Okay,
that's not
let me share my screen right quick, man. Let me show my evidence, dude.
I'm asking you if
Marty, shut the hell up and let me share my screen, dude.
I can tell you this: I don't work for News 5 Cleveland.
And guess what? I have the original video.
This is the original video right here.
The man being convicted.
The surveillance video.
Oh,
Right
what's the matter, Nick? You don't want me to show my piece, bro?
News 5 Cleveland, a man that bears a strong resemblance to Chance.
Cut the video, Nick, and let me share my screen so I can show the real evidence. Because I have the evidence where the man got convicted. I have the original video where the man got convicted.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let me share my screen, dude. Come on.
I will, but
there, pull it up.
Okay, well, before I do that, just one question.
No, there is no before you do that. Let me show my evidence. Come on.
So, Chance.
Come on, Nick. Let me share my
evidence. This is the original shooting video.
Come on, Nick. Let me share my evidence, dude. Come on.
So,
why are you not sharing it?
Well, because you're falsely accusing you're falsely accusing me of photoshopping evidence. This is the evidence.
That's not false, dude. That's legit.
But this is clearly looks like you to me, more so than the black.
You're so full of fucking shit.
Yeah, I'll play the video. Sure.
Right here is the original video where the man got convicted.
Yeah, wrongfully.
Grand jury indicted the man police say shot and killed a
and look at the two guys. One's you and the other's a black guy.
Do you not realize that when a black dude steps in the light, his skin's going to be lighter?
It was
not like that.
Yeah, like that.
So here we go. The same footage, Chance. The same footage.
Well, guess what, dude? It's not me.
Where does shoulders go? Back up on your video.
Okay,
Where does shoulders go?
ask you this thing.
Where do shoulders go? Marty always finds a new way to body slam and just crush the 5'2" to 4'8" goblin midget. Where the fuck did his shoulders go?
Nick, let me ask you this.
Show your evidence. Why is it
all right, let me ask you this. If it was me, if it was actually me, then why did the police not come here and investigate me and interrogate me?
Mr. Wilkins, you do accuse Mr. Marty of killing people.
I was not there, Miss Kelly. My family can actually, matter of fact, let me go grab my family real quick.
Well,
do that. That's actually a great idea. That will really, that would help.
It's just weird. In his mugshot, he suddenly has shoulders. When he enters the pizza shop, they're gone.
That's certainly a very interesting video.
You got to admit, the lights were really bright in that.
Oh.
The lights in that shop were really bright. I mean, they had those fluorescent lights that cause people to have migraines.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry
I was coughing.
That's okay. I feel wrong for calling his mom a cunt bag on your platform, but he's very difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and why is it that you had or somebody had Zach's brother on that stream and you guys made him say that Zach didn't even know Chance?
Well, he knew me, like he didn't know me that well, but he's.
Who's your character witness, Chance?
Well, his best friend.
I love it when we get to see CIA Hole suddenly fuck with Chase. Yes, call your punching bag up on panel, that will help. And we see the goblin waddle off for a few seconds, and when he marches back up, he admits, "Oh well, actually, I didn't know him too well." And Marty asks, "Oh well, what's his character witness?" And we get to see CIA jump with, "Oh, his best friend."
Here's right now.
Okay.
Hold your horses.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Did I when Zach got shot and killed? Where was I?
At home.
Which room was I in?
I don't remember that.
Wasn't it that room right there across the hall?
Suspicious.
No, you've never been in that room.
No, when you had your setup up here, when you had your room.
Yeah.
Now, the person that killed Zach, was he black or was he white?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, he was black.
Thank you.
But this person's white.
So therefore, did I or did I not? Did I not or did I kill Zach? Yes.
No, you didn't kill Zach.
Thank you.
Okay, well, so she's a ding.
Well, nothing, Nick.
She's a
no,
33.
Check the alibi box right there. Done.
Just the dead silence of everyone else in the room. Imagine being like 33 to 34 at this time and having your grandma who you leech off of, who you've tried to choke out in the past, and whose credit card you steal every time she ends up in the hospital. And you have her explain where you were for a murder like multiple years ago. And like the entire Arson / Wilkins bloodline's been tainted with like inbreeding and like lead paint consumption. And we have Sally fully taken this seriously. Like, you didn't assassinate your best friend for internet fame. Chance, please don't push me down the stairs again. And, you know, the cherry on top is Marty calling Sally a 43, so her opinion doesn't matter.
I was at home when that happened, Nick. I was at home. Matter of fact, when I found out about it, like I said, my mom was on the computer in the other room, and I happened to go in there for something. And I got a message from one of his friends, well, one of our friends, saying that he was killed. As soon as I found that out, after walking back in here, I broke down into fucking tears because that was somebody that I actually knew. Yeah, he may not have known me that well, but I still consider him a close friend to an extent.
I thought you said best friend.
He might have not known me that well, but I still considered him a close friend. You know, Chance had this, like, weird habit of latching on to people way too quickly who have, like, minimal interactions with him. And I remember this one time where a guy, this was years ago, you know, on, like, a StreamYard panel, but a guy who went to high school with Chance told his story about him, and he claimed he didn't know him well, but he claimed that he was, like, bullied to an insane degree. And one time, he defended him for being bullied, but he really never spoke to him again after that. They weren't close. Marty ends up joining the panel and states out, I know you better than any motherfucker here. You were my best friend. And brought up this, like, third guy who was, like, a friend of the speaker. I think his name was, like, Matt. And, like, the speaker goes on to say, oh, don't fucking know me. And, you know, he just has this weird habit of, like, latching on the people who he has, like, barely any interaction with. And, you know, calling them his, like, little brother, right? Even if they're, like, 2 feet taller than him and, like, they're like 5 years older than him, he just loves calling them his, like, little brother. And, you know, like, he'll do it to anybody. Like, he'll do it to dead people. He'll do this to people who've been dead up to, like, 5-8 years at this point.
Oh, Marty, for you to do that shit,
it's like best friend,
dude. That's a cop-out, Nick.
Best friend or just...
And Miss Kelly, with that being said, I rest my case. This man is a liar. He is a piece of shit. He is honestly an internet bully. And I honestly feel like he needs to be treated as such, and he needs to be removed permanently from your guys' platform.
Yeah, Miss Kelly, I think if YouTube is a place that would welcome people who are just absolutely clueless, that have delusions of grandeur, that think that they're the best at everything, that have never failed at anything in their lives, that are just absolutely, completely out of touch with what reality really is, then I think you know what your answer is and what you have to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too.
It's so funny seeing buddy trolls and CIA whole shit talk about ways, but because it's too inbred, it can't comprehend what's on the eye. And I feel like Chase knows CIA is a buddy troll. You know, he said it multiple times. I think he blocked him and unblocked him like numerous times as well. But when you're everyone on this news, like the internet hates him and like counting down the days he's homeless, it really affects the goblin. He has bad about his internet. He never leaves the house for weeks at a time. And there's multiple times that he admits to being scared that if he walks outside by himself, he'll be beaten up by the troll. CIA holds him and like labels that messages on Facebook, or like the only people who just even pretend to be nice to him. You know, it's 100% deserved. It's fake. You know, he did it to himself. You would expect someone who's like so desperate for like help and like for the last 8 years. He's trying to contain himself, you know, but he's made his life goal to burn every bridge he's at and make himself look like the biggest piece of goblin shit Akron's ever.
Oh wow! So here comes Liar again.
Maybe you should.
Hey, CIA.
Yo.
Just to let you know real quick, dude. Because I do have to take meds and stuff for obviously the stuff that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
But just make sure you check your messages real quick.
Oh yeah, I'll do it right now.
All right, man. And Miss Kelly, I just want to say thank you, and I definitely do appreciate what you guys have been doing to try to help.
I do appreciate you showing up on panel and at least giving this a try, so I could at least see the interactions.
Like I said, I do apologize for
interrupting.
I do apologize for somewhat of the way
Interrupting's rude.
But I just hope that you understand that after what this man has put me through for the last 7 years, and the way that he lies and the way he conducts himself sometimes, it's really hard to hold that composure with the way he does what he does things.
I understand. It's a very distressing situation.
Yeah, but again, I definitely do appreciate the help.
You know, mom's giving up on you. She knows.
The goblin's like, morning, it's hard, I can't Vulture. He has never tried to hold himself back and not scream the end. As of 10:19 p.m., September 7th, 2025, as of writing this video or editing, Cyraxx joined William Gloryhole's live stream, and within 2 sentences, he called him a bundle of sticks and an N-word boy. Like, William is truly putting the fucking goblins' place, you know. I'll probably make a video on his channel later. And, you know, that's what I was gonna say.